mean, in terms of electronics and computer, I think Thailand is going very well. It stands for a Surface Enhanced Raman Spectroscopy.
Such a
It's
difficult
a
name.
very scientific term in like
I can
science
see
here.
that, yes.
Right.
So,
Basically, rather than having a smooth surface,
Swadika, welcome to Thailand today. I'm Kusuma Yothasmut. As the National Electronics and Computer Technology Center, NECTEC, was established to support and promote the development of electronics and computer technologies. Its major mandate is to strengthen the national capability through research and development activities in these areas. How important of NECTEC in the current global economic and social changes, and how it could help support Thailand 4.0 in transferring technologies to local industries and communities. Our guest for Thailand today is Dr. Saran Samrit Kajon. He is a National Electronics and Computer Technology Center, NECTEC, who will tell us about NECTEC's roles in strengthening the national capability in electronics and computer technologies to support Thailand 4.0. Please join me to welcome Dr. Saran Samrit Kajon. He is the Executive Director of National Electronics and Computer Technology Center, rather to call it in short, NECTEC. Swadika.
Swadika.
Very welcome to Thailand today, sir.
Thank you so much for welcoming too.
Pleasure. You understand a very important role because NECTEC is playing a very important technologies and all that. So today we're going to talk to Director General of the NECTEC about the roles and strengthening the national capability in electronics and computer technology to support Thailand 4.0. 4.0. Okay. Yeah, but before that, we would love to hear about how well are we in terms of technologies and in Thailand.
In Thailand, I mean, in terms of electronics and computer, I think Thailand is going very well, especially the use of the IT.
Okay.
And I think one more thing that we would like to emphasize is to understand about the technology behind it. And then it would be good if we can do it by ourselves so that we, Thailand, can move and can compete with others.
Really? NECTEC is about 30 years now.
Yes.
So is there an improvement or strategy in providing practical research until today?
Well, I should go back to 30 years ago,
Okay.
when we just established. In that period of time, we just laying down the foundation,
Okay.
like what we would like to do in terms of technology, and what we would like to push in terms of policy about IT. And then the last thing that we do it since then is to develop the human resource that are related to electronics and computer or computing technology.
But how well? You see, until now, I don't know, because we could see that technology and science not being liked so much to the Thai children. Not many of them. They go for music, they go for all kind of arts more than the scientists. So how would you bring them up? How would you make them become more and more in our country?
I think that's a very good question, and I think it's right now we can use one device that help us understand more about electronics and computer or computing technology. One is your telephone, smartphone or tablet. You can see that everyone has at least one mobile phone.
One or more.
And it's actually the portable or compact computer into your hand. And you can do many things about it, rather than just calling and playing game. If we are like developers, and if we are IT or engineer, we can program it. There are many sensors inside, so you can program it. You can read the data. You can do some analysis, and you can even use it to control something else. For example, as I have it here today,
Okay.
this is a very piece of polymer lens.
That's a lens?
That's a lens.
So tiny.
Yes. So if you put this in front of your camera's mobile phone,
Okay.
it will transform your camera into a digital microscope.
I wish I could have one of the
And I have it
telephones.
here
Okay.
on a tablet, right? So you can see a very tiny details.
Because it's magnifying it.
Yes,
It's expanding it.
right.
Uh-huh.
So, typical camera on the
Okay.
mobile phone, just taking your camera, just recording the video clip.
Okay.
But it cannot see the small, tiny details
Okay.
of the objects. But by using this lens, it immediately transform your just typical camera into a digital microscope, and you can share it with your friends through the social media. You can even program it to do some, let's say, cell countings, for example.
Very interesting. Well, we go into detail for all that. But now we're talking about the personnel, the people that we're trying to bring them up to the society to be good and all that. So until today, we are satisfied with the number of scientists to what do you call to create science technology in Thailand. Is it sufficient? Because to meet with the 4.0 is something not that easy to cope with.
No, it's not easy. But I think it's very challenging. And today is very, compared to the 10 to 20 years ago, it's not difficult compared to that time. Because right now, if you look at your mobile phone, if you look at things around you, all the electronic components is already very compact and not expensive. And the way you program it is not that difficult compared to the previous years. So now many opportunities coming up. And especially if you have your mind, if you have your heart into that, it's not difficult to help Thailand into the Thailand 4.0.
So NECTEC is what? Is a private.
NECTEC is the government organization. It's the research, one of the research centers under NASDA.
Yeah. So the 30 years ago, someone from NECTEC, from government, to setting up and brainstorming, saying that it's high time for us to have an institute.
Yes.
To have scientific technology being promoted.
Yes. Yes. I think at that time a very good team of Thailand thought that they should have at least 3 technologies. One is NECTEC and electronics. The second one is materials, and the third one is biotechnologies. So that's why at that time we had 3 research centers related to these disciplines.
Okay. The research, who are they?
For example, for NECTEC, Dr. Phairat Thatchayapong, he's the first director and the founding director of NECTEC. And since then we move on to the second, to the third, and mine is the fourth one.
The fourth generation now.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like to compare, but we need to compare. We need to know. So how about the ASEAN friends? Where are we standing?
Well, ASEAN friends, some of our friends in ASEAN have similar conditions, like Laos, Cambodia, and Philippines, for example. And I think that we can learn from each other in terms of bringing IT or electronics and computer to help in some of the areas.
Yes. Yes. So Laos is better. Second to us.
Well, in terms of second or ranking, I think we are probably the second or the third in ASEAN compared to Singapore or Malaysia.
But we need a lump sum of investment actually to work on these technology things, aren't we? We need support.
Not only the investment, I think we need a creative idea too. Because if you don't have idea, even you have investment, it goes nowhere. So you need a creative idea and the approaches in order to implement or bringing that idea into the real scenarios, and hopefully it can make some impacts economically or to the society.
So in that case then, so what are the performance highlights that you have done so far?
That I have done I think
that NECTEC actually
have done.
Yes.
You mean the whole 30 years?
Yeah. I mean, at least in your term, yes.
Well, at this period of time, we would like to, we call it a springboard innovation. We would like to move from research and development into a more practical research. And maybe practical research may be not good enough. We would like to emphasize on the innovation, because innovation is like invention plus something that can make impact to the society or to the economy.
When you talk about creativity, innovative, how do you know? I mean, how do you brainstorm to think that okay, we're going to do this, we're going to research this? What is the point? I mean, how do you classify things? How do you work on that?
Well, I think we have to listen a lot.
Okay.
Listen a lot and
listen to whom?
Listen to everyone.
Okay.
Maybe from the industry, from the government organizations.
Okay.
And we have to also study from the outside Thailand. Like we have to do some pattern mapping. We have to study from the publications, scientific publications, and see that what we should do so that we can compete with others too.
This is very interesting.
Yes.
Because when you say that 30 years and we are not progressing anything, it will be something like, So in Thailand, how many department or institute in dealing with science and technology? Only NECTEC?
Dealing with science and technology, there are, I think, many. But only NECTEC that I think really focus on the electronics and computer, and especially bringing the research and development into the real world.
Now it has gone so far. Computer is like, you can speak to you, they can, it's something like, they gone by, we're going to get a smell now.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, very, very good. So, as a present director, so what is your vision of the NECTEC's future?
Well, I think NECTEC future is, we still would like to be one of the key players, especially in terms of core technology of Thailand, in order to push the R&D or research and development into the real world innovations, as well as to be a core institute, neutralized core institute, so where everyone can brainstorm, can share ideas, and then we can hopefully move Thailand to the 4.0, which is a more stable, more prosperous, and more sustainable.
As for students, how do they get all this?
Well, I think students, as I have seen, they are very energetic, very active, and if they see the examples linking between the theory and the things that they can have their hands on, they will learn many things, and I think they will have some motivations to do at least good science and engineering projects, and hopefully once they learn something about business, they probably might have their own companies.
Could be that much, that high, that far?
I hope so.
Yeah. So let me, the children, how you see, we are so good. We are having you, a young and energetic person, to be a director, to supervise and to support it. Is that, how can it be like Thailand can produce our own telephone technology outside, like any other country, like Malaysia or Singapore? that they can produce themselves with their own brand. Is it possible that Thailand can be in that position?
Well, I think everything is possible, but we have to plan appropriately. Like if you want to do, for example, you mentioned about smartphone.
Yeah.
Do we need to do it? Start from zero? Maybe not.
Assembling.
We can start from assembling, or we can start from building apps for smartphone.
Exactly.
So there are many steps that you think that at this position Thailand is good at, and at this position we can move on.
Because we ourselves selling this the parts
Right.
to countries, export to other countries. So why
Right.
not we do it ourselves?
Right.
Can we?
I think we can. We can.
Yeah, because behind all these science and technology things. So let's talk about the Thailand 4.0.
0.0.
What is the scientific getting into it? What do you want you to do?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Thailand 4.0 mainly relates to a more stable, more prosperous.
Stable in what? Stable in science?
Well, everything. In politics, in the science and technologies, and more
But your
prosperous. And my part is to bring or use IT or electronics and computers to answer the need or to alleviate some technical issues in several applications. For example, food and agriculture,
Tell me about that.
public
Yes.
health, energy, or even the education for lifelong learning.
This is a book, very interesting. And I was reading that MUI boy.
My boy.
You see, what do you want to say in this? Because it's quite clear to say that a story about this microscope.
Microscope,
Right?
yes.
So microscope is one of the main core that you are producing. You research and you produce it. Is it right?
Yes.
For what? For this? What is apart from the getting into the? Can you tell more about this in the production of this microscope?
I think the idea behind these MUIs is we would like to have to let everyone have their own digital microscope, and we know that digital microscope is quite expensive. The good one is quite expensive, and we think that how can we transform the one that you already have, smartphone or tablet, because those already have cameras,
Okay.
into a microscope.
Why what for? I mean, as a layman, why should you have the microscope for?
Well, for students or for our children,
To learn about
to learn
science.
science and
I mean, they can bring something, place it on their
Right,
phone,
right.
and they can see that. You mean
Yes.
that you wanted that to be
yes,
to be
that's
done
that.
that
I think
way.
the beginning, and then for just typical people, they might want to have their magnifying lens to see small things, to see small letters, and that would be good that if we have something
Something
that
we cannot see from naked eyes.
right, and we can use a telephone to record it, maybe record some moving objects, and then share it with you. So we have thought about this for a few years.
Okay.
And then last year we came up with this MUI technology that really show high potential in order to answer our needs.
Yeah. Instead of buying, when one talking about buying a microscope, it's not joke. It's just a joke that
Right.
buying a microscope for.
Right.
You know? But this can be that. So it's going to be very low cost or something?
Very low cost.
Really?
Very low cost, yes. The whole
How
thing
low?
of the MUI is about 900 baht,
Which is equally $2?
which is equal to about
About about
$30.
$30.
$30. Yes.
$30 you can buy a microscope.
Yes.
We can say that, you see.
Right.
But the efficiency.
Efficiency is, I think, quite okay because with this low price, it's comparable to the typical microscope available in the market.
But so everybody, when you talk about this, and it's like in 7-Eleven, they can go and just buy. Is that easy?
We try to.
Really?
We try to.
We try to make it available
Yes.
that easily to acquire.
Yes,
for
because
it.
right now we license this technology to a local company, a startup company in Thailand, and hopefully they can have some marketing strategy so that everyone can buy it.
So the startup company, the one that you said, they produce it for available for sale.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh. So that means Thailand's positioning is very high.
Yes.
I mean, you just simply doing things for $30,
Right.
something new. But you see, how long did you start this?
For this lens,
Yes.
we started about almost 2 years,
Oh,
and then
so?
we proved our idea actually through the crowdfunding. But we want to see the international opinions.
Okay.
What is it good enough about the idea, and it was very highly accepted internationally. That's why we move on
Okay.
to the next version, and finally we license it to a local company.
Interesting. And the director, you have brought something,
Yes.
some toys here. I call it toys because something to look at. Yes.
This
So
is the
so
lens.
this is the lens.
Yes, and if you can see that there are many very small sphere, transparent. That's the lens, and the big part just the holder.
So the blue one is just
the holder.
for that. Yes. And so when I want acquired one, I just go to
the local company named MIUI Set,
BI set to say that I want to buy a what?
MIUI lens.
A Muse Island. So, okay. So this is so each one is $30 or for three? For one whole box.
We one
What is the
package
difference?
have 3 lenses.
Okay. So what is the difference in one another?
This one have only one magnification, but the thing that they have selling it have 3 magnification. One is 25, 50, and 100 times
Oh, larger.
larger.
Okay, very interesting. I'm thinking this is a kind of promote or make the children more interesting in science.
Right.
Because our children like not much, we don't like and all that. But all these they can magnify, see
Yes.
things. So what else you have? Show
And,
us.
I think this one is the another thing that we call it SIR chips.
Search chips.
SIR chips.
What is that?
SIR is stand for a Surface Enhanced Raman Spectroscopy.
Such a
It's
difficult
a
name.
very scientific term in like
I can
size
see
here.
that. Yes.
Right.
So
Basically, rather than having a smooth surface, actually it's not a smooth surface. There are patterns at the nanoscale levels. And what is these nano patterns do is like they can enhance the signal. Like if you have some evidence from the crime scenes, very small amount of that evidence, and you dissolve it and drop it on this chip, and you shine the laser on it, the signal of the laser will be enhanced by about 100 million times.
wow.
So that typical equipment can be able to observe and also help the officers to see the fingerprint of that evidence, even though we have very small amount of that evidence.
Which is so far, it's not that much.
Not that much.
Cannot
Right.
be used that much.
Right.
And with this will be much more efficient. Much more details into you can see. And fabulous.
And this technology we have been distributed to our friends in the companies and also in the government organization like Royal Thai Police to try to use it. And
Do they use it?
They use it, and most of them said that this is one of the best in the world.
Wow.
So this show very high potential international.
Thank you so much for being
you.
here.
Thank you so much.
สวัสดีค่ะ Thailand Today would like to say thank you very much to Dr. Saran Samrit Dekajon, National Electronics and Computer Technology Center, NECTEC, who has featured NECTEC's roles in strengthening the national capability in electronics and computer technology to support Thailand 4.0. Thank you for watching Thailand Today. I'm Kusuma Yothas. We'll hope to see you again, same place, same time. สวัสดีค่ะ